Hello, I'm Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and today I want to give some advice to filmmakers out there, specifically young, aspiring filmmakers or new filmmakers. And I use that term to encompass a director, a screenwriter, a producer. And before I fully get into it, I would like to take the opportunity to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you get all the various lessons and episodes that I put out right when I put them out. Thank you if you just did, and thank you if you already were. It truly does mean a lot to me, as I hope it does to you. So the advice that I have is to always continue polishing the script. What do I mean by this? Well, I used to be the same way of like, I'm someone, if I'm going to make a movie, I'm talking about, whether it be a feature or the many short films that I've done in the past, I'd write and direct them. And I would write them in such a way, then it was like, okay, cool, it's written now let me start pre-planning and so forth. And what I would not do is during that preparation period, I would not continue revising the script or revisiting the script from a storytelling perspective. Now, part of that for a lot of us is because we don't always have the luxury, right? There's so many things for us to do, right? We have to put on so many hats to be able to get the movie made that to revisit the script and keep polishing it is not always a luxury. However, I think this is a big make or break. Of course, Aaron Sorkin talks about, a script is never finished; it's ultimately just confiscated. Someone says all right, now we got to go shoot this thing. Time to point a camera at it. And, you can get to a point where the script is overall good, it's workable, it's solid. Let's start planning on how to make this movie, from how it's going to look, the costuming, the set design and all that, right? You can move forward with that. But during that time, revisit the script at least let's say once a week and be like, what can we do? Can we do it a little bit better? What can we do here? What can we punch up? Some people will argue and kind of look at the Hollywood system in this way and say they're constantly making rewrites and changing stuff up down to even the last minute. But that's kind of really what it is, because sometimes you're not going to know how certain things work. There's that old adage: there's the script you write, there's the movie you film, and then of course the final rewrite happens in the edit process, the post-production process. And that really is true. The script ultimately is intended to be a blueprint, but as you're on set, new things come up and so forth. Then when you're in the edit bay, you start to see this puzzle in a way that you didn't before, right? And so forth. Of course, you would want to have it as tight as you can from beginning to finish, but inevitably, things will change. And it's a good thing, right? It really is. So these are, it's not a negative that there's alterations. It's actually a positive. It means you're able to revise and be critical of your own stuff, and you have the opportunity, the ability to do that. So for example, in my own proof of concept, there was 3 pages that we were going to film of script, and I knew it was kind of lifted from the larger film, and so it wasn't quite a standalone piece. And I knew that. And then finally, towards the end, I was like, I've got to give an entry point for people who have no basis for the script to be able to at least watch this and enjoy it to some degree, right? They need an entry point. They don't need to get everything, but they at least need to have an entry point into this. So how do I do that? And so that wasn't part of the script. That wasn't part of, what we filmed, but I made it happen in the post process. It was an opportunity. And so, even right before you shoot any single frame, you still have the opportunity to continue revising the script and elevating it. And it's work, right? I think that's why a lot of people don't want to do it. And I think it comes from the pushback that sometimes just to get someone to go make a movie, right? It takes a lot of effort. You need, let's say, even on a shoestring budget, you still need actors and so forth and people to participate. So that level, just to get to that level, is in and of itself, like, in many ways, a miracle. And so it's like, you don't want to just, you don't want to tinker with it. It's like, whatever, you've gotten to this point, it's good enough, let's just make what we make. And while that's great, like, I applaud the effort, like, it does take a lot to get to even that point. Continue revising. And, I was talking with a friend of mine who is intending to make his script into a film, and he's very much in the process of even getting it made. He's casting and so forth. And I gave him that advice. I said, he's been writing it for a number of years now and going through it. And I'm like, Jeff, this is not advice you're going to want to hear. But continue revising the script. Continue revisiting it once a week. So that's the advice I have. Continue, as part of the prep, continue revising the script. It doesn't mean that the script is bad and so forth. It's just there's always ways to clarify and improve, right? And give the film itself the best shot it can have, right? So that's my advice to you. I hope you take it to heart. I hope it benefits you. If you have any questions or thoughts of your own, by all means, please share, whether down in the comment section or hit me up on social media at Svitek. Would love to chat with you. Likewise, if you think this episode might be of benefit to somebody, please share it with them. I certainly would appreciate it, as I appreciate you. I'll see you next time.